Hello viewers, welcome to CodeForAny. Foodybites apps designs inside today need to developing this year the continue restaurant detail screen, so need to continue here. First of all, need to fix this here the height and width issue. Need to fix this year's appropriate design. So need to 80% of the height. So need to given this here the width equal to 80% height. So need to set like this. So need to logic implement. So need to here. Now need to go here inside these codes and we need to minus this here's 0.18. Now again so need to copy and same need to put here's same as here's need to configure this here the heights multiply by like this value and small this here's and similar to designs need to creating this here the 80% of the heights we need to given this of the width need to set here's. Now we need to set here the names of need to value need to set here's after the row this here the area in columns need to close this here folder. Now we need to create here the another containers. Otherwise we need to give like this here the padding const edges inset symmetric horizontals we need to set this here the 20 and also need to set this here the verticals also set here the 15 and we need to create no needs here the decorations set here the child like need to configures inside we need to creating here the column and we need to give this here the main axis size set here the minimum and we need to set like this here the value need to set here the cross axis alignments need to set here the start like need to configures. Now first we need to create here the first row we need to develop here already you need to develop inside the restaurant trendings row. We need to copy this here the names of these years need to find out here the data of this year. This row need to copy here already developings are the done here. Copy and now need to go inside here the restaurant details and we need to paste this here and to removing this here the is avatars text no needs need to clean here for this size boxed and we need to save this here and show like this here. Now we need to increase this here the font size we need to change here need to set here the 20 like here this value and also need to increase this here the vertical space need to change here the 20 and look like this here the showing here. Now we need to set here the ratings we need to this right side so we need to put here. Now again so we need to go trending restaurants row and we need to copy this here the rating row we need to copy here like this row we need to needs here two value need to needs here and go tabs restaurant details I need to paste here and look like this is showing here the rates and to set here the rating size we need to increase also the star size we need to set here the 18 20 is good like similar to designs we need to make like this here the UI. Now we need to write down here the another row inside we need to creating here the text again so we need to copy this here need to set here the address of these restaurants we need to put here and we need to write down here the font size we need to set this here the 15s and secondary text like we need to set here and also need to give this here the some height space need to set here the 8 and comma const value like this. We need to set again. So we need to give this here the same space after this address. Need to set here. Now we need to create here the another row and to write down here the opening tabs and daily. We need to show like this here the message. We need to showing here. So create here the row and we need to give this here the main axis alignment. So we need to set here the start like here. Again, so we need to copy this here, this value. We need to put this here, this text, and now we need to set here the open now, like here, and to set this here the color as a red colors. We need to set here colors red, like show here's open now. Same as now. Again, so we need to copy this text, paste this here. Now need to set here the space and need to set here the daily time. Now need to show here's secondary text regular font and look like this here the show. Again, we need to copy this here, this text, and now we need to set here the dynamic times. We need to set here 9:30 a.m. to 10:11 p.m. Like we need to configure for this UI, and we need to set here fix now statics. That's why need to set like this here fix value. Show like here's now need to set this here the drop downs icons. We need to put again. So we need to copy this value, paste this here, and we need to use this here the unicodes of this value and want to paste this here as a text here and show like this here similar to design. So need to set this here the font size. Need to set this here the 12 and small size. We need to setting like here. Now need to create here the another section. So need to put here outside of these columns and containers. We need to write down here the section bar and we need to give this here the titles menu and photo and frequent here and show like this here. Maybe you need to remove here the vertical paddings. Need to set here 0 and you need to increase this here's heights. Set here the 20. So like this here similar to designs and also need to change this here the titles as a menu photos. Need to create like here the titles. Need to set here section title see all and to give this at the bracket inside the value 32 like this showing here. And another sections bars we need to also put this here the review section bar similar to designs. And now need to change this here the titles. We need to set here the review and ratings like here's two bars we need to developing here. Now we need to showing like this here the image inside the horizontal list. Need to develop here. First of all, need to give this here the size box. Give this here the width on it. We need to give this here the height only. We need to configure this here the 140, otherwise 120 is good for this here, this height. And show like this here, similar to designs. Inside childs, we need to creating here the list view builders with chapters. We need to put here. First of all, we need to put this here context index and inside we need to return this here the image dot assets and we need to give this here the pics any one image we need to put for the recipe. Need to check here like here's maybe not work this one, maybe other gives copy relative, close this years, set this years, give this here the width, widths, we need to set this here the box width dot cover. Now set here the width and height also. Need to set here the 110, and width we need to set here the 140. Item counts we need to set this here the now statically pi we need to set here. Separators we need to configure here. Context and index parameters we need to return this here for this value, and to creating here the size box, which space we need to give on this here the 15, and const value we need to configure this here semicolons. Now another more important configurations need to need this here the directions. Scroll directions also need to given this here the axis dot horizontals, and we need to set here the configures. Paddings also need to set here. Const edges inset symmetric horizontal we need to give this here the 20, and verticals we need to set this here the pi. Like we need to configure here, and we need to save this here and show like this here the image. Need to showing here. Now we need to fix this here the corners we need to set, and also need to increase this here the width. We need to change here, so we need to 150 like here. And now we need to create here the ref widgets clip or rect, and we need to give this here the border radius circulars. We need to set this here the 10, and similar to designs we need to creating like this here UI. For the menus photos UI we need to making like this here the done set here. Now we need to put here the ratings scroll view. We need to put here the vertical list. We need to create here. First of all, so need to go again here the scroll downs of the sections bar of the review and ratings, and then after so need to write down here the list view builders with separators. We need to again so need to give this here the context and index. We need to put here like, and we need to returning this here. Already need to making this here the review row. Need to developing are the done. Now need to go inside here the profiles and to find out here the review row, and need to return this here the review row already developed. If you not see here the some previous video, please first of all the see previous video. Inside I explain how to write down this here this value like here. So need to creating here, and most important part, so need to set this here the physics never scroll. So need to set this here never shall scroll like. Then after sync wrap also need to give this here the true like here, and separator also need to making this here the some space between here sized boxed. Give this here the height, so we need to given this here the 2, otherwise you need to set this here the 8 is good. Now this is the you forget this here the context and index. So to fix this here is like here, and item counts need to maximum 5 sets. Need to show here and save this here and look like this here the show for this UI. Now need to give this here the padding, so we need to configure here. Set here padding const edges inset symmetric horizontals need to set this here the 20, and verticals need to set here the 10, and look like this here the show similar to design. So need to making like this here the UI are the done here. Maybe we need to like this show. Need to change this here the logics. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any questions, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.